video on comparing cheap mozzarella balls and better ones. So my cheesemonger says they're pretty good. They're not burratas, but decent all the same. So that's just a cheap one from the supermarket. So let's have a look at that. Cut it open and drain some of the way. And then, you know, I mean, they're a bit flat, but they're alright. You know, they serve a purpose. You know, not, you know, you can spend a fortune on things, and it's not always necessary. If I'm honest, it's not always necessary. Just be careful, I don't want it going everywhere. Because I'm never prepared. Look at that. Looks impressive, doesn't it? Oh, ooh, it's got one of those. That's obviously done by hand. Is it? Oh, it's just. It says burrata on it, so maybe it's not a proper mozzarella. Or mozzarella. No, it's a burrata. Do you know? No, we can't really compare them, can we? A burrata is not a mozzarella. So, but anyway, it's alright, isn't it? We can't do a proper comparison. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference. But how tasted burratas before? How does that taste how burratas go? A bit fancy. Bit fancy with that bit on it. I'm guessing handmade. Oh, that's delicious. But anyway, can't really compare them both, so a pretty short video. I'll have to do it again. I'll get a better quality mozzarella. It's a little bit sour, is that? That's not like the burrata I've had before. It's got a bit of a sour flavour to it. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. But anyway, so we can't really compare those because they're two different things. So, failed video, not to worry. So, let's try this again. I couldn't get a. That's interesting. I just got watching something at the side. Sorry, I'm being distracted by something. Not to worry. I'm doing two things at once. So let's have another go at this. I was what we call it. My friend the cheesemonger didn't have any really good quality mozzarellas already sold out. I didn't see any in the stall, so I didn't. So I've just bought. We've just got the three different types that we can get from the supermarkets, like the cheap one, the normally priced one, and then the kind of extra special. That's from Sainsbury's. Those from Lidl. So let's cut into them and let's have a look. Just out of curiosity, I will at some stage have another word with my mate and chat with him about mozzarella's and see if we can get like a really good just like mozzarella rather than a burrata. I don't want a burrata. I want a proper buffalo mozzarella, and I once had one in a restaurant which was particularly very good, and I kind of thought I'd really like to compare one next to the other. So it's just a quick video. This is just most of my own kind of interest. See, that one feels. Get it open. This one feels a lot. That one feels softer. Yeah, so that one feels. That's the best quality one. Well, it says it's the best quality one. Just because it says it's the best quality one, that doesn't mean anything, does it? Let's be honest. So, knife. Create some washing up. So, let's break into. I'm going to use these cheeses in what we call it, in what I'm cooking for my dinner tonight. So, that's kind of quite tough, is that one? that one was easier to break into, but I don't know if that's necessarily a sign of quality. That one's certainly a lot softer. That one's certainly a lot softer. So tastes cheap to good to great, and then we can get like a proper idea. So what does this one taste like? It's alright, it's alright. It's not bad. It's not bad for cooking and for faffing around. It's not a bad cheese. This tastes much better. There is a difference. That one does taste. It's got a different texture to it. That one looks like it's got really kind of quite been stretched a lot more. That's probably why it's tighter than this one. Yeah, so that one wants to mush in your mouth. That one kind of stays more together. So you probably get like a nice bit of stringy cheese to that one. And then this one, how does this one taste? See, that's edging towards burrata territory, is that one? That's edging towards burrata territory. Well, but that one's got that vinegariness that that burrata had that I bought from my friend. Yeah, so there is a difference. There is a difference in the what we call it, in the three mozzarellas that you can buy from the supermarkets. But still, the mozzarella that I had in that restaurant, it was Jamie Oliver's restaurant. It wasn't a particularly very good experience, but I do remember the service was terrible. But I do remember the mozzarella being particularly very good, and it was a proper buffalo mozzarella, and that was particularly a good part of the restaurant experience. So there is a difference, but I seem to think that mozzarella that I had was nicer than that extra special one from the supermarket. So interesting. And as always, you kind of sometimes your budget dictates what cheese you're going to buy, but what you're going to use it for kind of dictates for us as well. So if you're going to do like a sharing platter, like a picky food night type of thing, then and that's going to be on display, you kind of want to be picking the best one. But if you're just cooking something in some kind of baked pasta dish, then just buy the cheap stuff, in my opinion. Just buy the cheap stuff. If it's nothing kind of special, but if you want something with a bit more string to it when it pulls apart, then that one. So that's kind of the answer, which I kind of knew. Well, I suspected anyway. But just interesting to kind of see the difference between the three compared to all of them. What I will add is, so always in the back of my head, what some companies do, they'll just make one product, but they'll have two different packages for it. So they'll have like a cheap one, which will be a cheap packaging, and then they'll put the same product in a more expensive packaging and sell it for more, because the cost of production to have two separate things is more, and you can actually cut your costs down by just having a production of one thing and specialising in that, and then you still make more money because you save money on the production costs, even though you're selling one exact same product for less than the other one, or more than the other one. It's quite strange, that one, but it's true, and a lot of companies do that. So like I'll use a motor oil example, but the motor oil companies, a lot of the oils, like what they say is the high specification stuff. The low specification stuff is exactly the same thing, it's just in a different container or sold to different companies. But anyway, so that's that. Kind of quite interesting from my point. I'm not sure if it's interesting to anyone else, because the things I find interesting are generally not what most people find interesting. But there we go. So interesting. all the same. And we've learnt something, and if we've learnt something, that's a success.